guess what? It's all imaginary. All right. So you have to like, I wouldn't say you have to know what you need to know, but you just have to just start the process and get enough data to analyze, to see if it's something that, one, you actually like doing, you actually want to keep doing it. Two, if there's any thing that you're missing. Three, also, you want to see how you can double down and duplicate. All right. And if you're consistent with it, if you're planting the right seeds, you're going to get the right crops. Okay. If you're planting, like I like Jim Rohn saying, Jim Rohn, amazing motivational speaker, inspired me to do my own motivational tracks with the same producer, Roy Smooth. If you haven't seen my post on Facebook recently, I've been working with Roy Smooth to make motivational tracks, and Jim Rohn was one of the first motivational tracks that I've listened to by music, and Roy Smooth was actually his mixer, the person that produced the music and put it everywhere across the world. And so I was really honored and humbled when I met Roy and started working with them to produce the album that we just recently produced with other amazing motivational speakers. So check out my bio for the rest of that information. But what I essentially want to say is just like, you have to plant the right seeds to get the right results, okay? And Jim Rohn said, if you plant thistle seeds, you don't get pumpkins, all right? You're not going to get corn. You're not going to get an acorn tree. You're not going to get, mangoes. If you plant thistle seeds, what are you going to get? You're going to get thistles, obviously. So with enough data, you're going to know what's going to work, and you're going to double down on that and plant more of that, all right? And that was the whole point of that. So to manifest, again, you need to have some kind of vision. Now, it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be enough information on what exactly you might want, okay? And you can have lots of wants, and they might be totally different wants. But as long as you have something, right? Something. That's it. Something. And then from there, you figure out steps day by day. Now, don't use too much brain power on this. Use your heart. And what I mean by that, don't overthink it. Because the more you think about it, the less you're going to actually do the actions. Just start doing everything. It will actually work out. Again, you are out there getting data. That's all you're doing. Okay, for me, looking at houses, when I looked at this house, it was never on my mind that this would be the house that was actually for sale at the time I was looking for a house. That's how manifestation works. When you're looking for something at the right time, at the right place, and you're looking, and you have your possibilities open, the possibilities are endless, right? So anyhow, you have to have the vision. Again, not exact. You have to put in the right actions every day. But the only way to put in the right actions, you have to have enough data. And you have to start working for it sooner than later, because there's going to be challenges and struggles that you're going to have to cope with. Okay, and what I mean with cope with, everything in life, you're going to have struggles and you're going to have challenges. Now, what are you willing to sacrifice to overcome those struggles and sacrifices? And some people will be like, oh, well, money, or oh, well, time. Time and money are the least things that I struggle with, like when I'm thinking about doing something new. And I see this with a lot of, you could say, influencers, coaches, or gurus, right? But they always say time or money, but literally as you evolve past the time and money thing and not really think of it as a setback or a strategy to get forward in life, you'll realize that that's not what sacrifice is really about. It's really about quality time with your loved ones. It's really about investments. Like, what investments? Are you investing in yourself? Are you investing in somebody else? Is it education? What kind of education? How many days do you have to study? What music am I listening to today that is not influencing where I want to go in my life tomorrow? What type of image am I portraying? How am I showing up? It's because my lack of not knowing how to do something is setting me behind. And so that could be a struggle. That could be a challenge, especially when you're used to, say, sleeping in or not styling your hair or not dressing a certain way to get a certain position in life. You have to start taking those actions as soon as you possibly can to start the momentum and that forward vision, okay? And if you're not willing to make those sacrifices, then you're never going to get what you want, okay? And like I said, money and time is the easiest sacrifices to make, by far. Money and time is the easiest sacrifices to make. It's when you have to change your appearance. It's when you have to wake up at a different time. It's when you have to exercise. It's when you have to not spend every day with a loved one or your kids and switch it more for more quality time. It's for not being able to just spend the vacation or spend your weekends freely as you want. It's moving because you have better access to different things. It's about selling that nice car that you spent all your money on or all your dreams wishing to get that next big thing because you want capital to raise this orphanage or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to make those type of sacrifices. And those type of sacrifices are the hardest sacrifices I have ever had to overcome. The sacrifices of getting rid of my horses. The sacrifices of moving out of my 10-year home to get this home because I didn't think it was going to be as hard as it possibly was, but it really was because there was a lot of great memories in that last house. And it was really upsetting when it was like, okay, now it's moving day and I actually had to pack. And coming into a house that wasn't even ready to be moved into in the first place. So, you know, the sacrifices of not seeing loved ones, you know, because they live in different places around the United States. And, you know, instead of using the time to go see them all the time, you know, using it to build my life and build, you know, other things that I have done over the years. It's a sacrifice of saying, you know, I just want to eat whatever I possibly want to eat. No, to like, I got to eat more of this because that's going to keep me healthier, right? So it's sacrifices like that that's going to make it challenging and hard and you wanting to give up because it's the habit and the mindset and the comfort that comes with that. Okay, guys, I hope that this helped you tremendously. I know it was very long-winded and everything, but I hope this did help you a ton. And I look forward to any feedback or comments or anything on your journey thus far and knowing how you are striving through your challenges. And make sure that you do start that vision board. So if you haven't started the vision board on my Facebook page, there is a video I did a while back. You can find it on TikTok. It's actually pinned on my TikTok. So under my TikTok, it's Almina.k. It's my first and middle name. You can go to TikTok, type that in. It's one of the pinned posts. Watch that vision board one, save it, and work on your vision board. Because your vision board is going to be the most powerful tool that you can literally do anytime. You could change it anytime. You can work on it anytime. But you have to put work into it. For any vision board to work, just like any lifestyle to work, you have to set aside hours of your day to actually drive to that neighborhood, to actually be in those rooms, to actually learning a new skill. It's so important to like spend the time visualizing things that don't yet exist in your life. Work a little bit harder each day to improve any aspect of your life you can possibly improve to look or feel more like that person that you want to become. So again, it is a process. It's not essentially overnight. It can be overnight. If you're willing to literally change overnight, you could literally change overnight. You can reach out to people. You can ask for help, of course. Don't ever expect people to help. Remember, it's your mission, not theirs. Getting the word out there more. Don't pressure people, by the way. You can always just talk about it and people will come to you. So when you are doing those steps, you are being more open to the universe and saying that, you know, you're putting the effort out there. You're putting the effort out there, and the universe is going to respond in a similar fashion. Remember, we're all vibrations, and our vibration responds back to us the same way. It's like an echo. So if I shout a certain way, it's going to echo back to me the same way. If I am being negative, negative energy is going to come back to me. If I